YouTube, and I admit I was a weird kid growing up. I mean, really weird. I think I've been weird since, I can remember. But here are some stories from early childhood that I am now telling. Okay, so when I was 5, I had just made best friends with the girl next door, and she was 3 years older than me, and she had her babysitter over, and a couple of friends who were older than me, and they told me, "I'm gonna flush you down the toilet like a monster." And they took me to the toy bathroom. Here I was, 5 years old, scared as hell, and they took me to the bathroom toilet, and they put my head in the toilet. Obviously, I was not gonna fit in the toilet, because I was pretty big for a 5-year-old, even though I think probably 5-year-olds can't fit down the toilet thing hole. But I was convinced I could fit down it. Even then at being skinny little 5-year-old, I probably wouldn't. So I was freaked out, and I was like, "Dad, they're gonna flush me down the toilet." And my dad said, "You can't fit down there, Libby. Quit being silly." And then, yeah. Also, when I was about 6 years old or 5, I watched Aladdin, and I became obsessed with Jafar, the bad guy from the movie. I had all the action figures and things like that, and I'd dress him up in a tutu, and I'd take him to daycare. I even tried to take him to school, which didn't work, and boy did I have a crush on him. I'd watch Aladdin all the time. I'd take him to bed and sleep with him. It was more innocent because I was about 6, so yeah. And I was also the same way with the villain, Frollo from Hunchback. I got too into him, and I got my Frollo taken away, and I was really angry about that. That really sucked. But looking back, it probably was the best thing. But I was really obsessed with Frollo and Jafar from Disney, and they were the bad guys. And when I was about 10 to 12, I wanted to be Anastasia from the Romanovs. I wanted to be one of the Romanovs and be related to Tsar Nicholas II and be the family member that survived getting killed. I was obsessed with the Romanovs. I had studied the Romanov history and Russian history, and my dad supported that because he's big on history and genealogy, only he's more into English and Irish and Scottish Celtic history, which I'm starting to get into right now. Yeah. So that was one of my quirks when I was little. Also, when I was about 9 or something, I would love to walk laps around the playground because I didn't want to talk to anybody else, and I couldn't play on the monkey bars because I was too ill-coordinated, and all the cool kids had the swings and stuff like that. So I was often a loner back then. And then I learned how to swing, and I would do that all the time, go on the swing set. And as I got older, I got more friends, and we'd talk more. I think 6th grade, we started talking about music and boys. And that was pretty interesting because we were getting into boys and music, and that was a big deal. But I was a pretty odd kid. I mean, looking back, I wasn't, you know, the normal kid and stuff like that. I'd get really into these things and I'd get obsessed. I was really obsessive. I mean, if I got into cats, the only books I'd get in the library were books about cats. If I got into Native Americans, that's the only thing I would get, is a book about Native Americans. And, like, people were like, why don't you just branch out? And it was very hard for me, but sometimes I'm sure they were trying to be more supportive and things like that, but sometimes they got very judgmental and it was very frustrating. I felt like a bad kid. Like, yeah. I also was very shy, and a lot of embarrassing things happened because of me being shy. Like, when I went to preschool, my parents said, try to make friends, try to meet new people, and I asked a bunch of kids, girls, you know, like, can I play house with you? And they all said, no, we're playing, and that really hurt my feelings. I cried, and I think I got a timeout. And, this boy, he was kind of weird. He'd follow me around and sometimes hit me, and I just didn't like preschool, and he had to take a nap. I took a nap earlier today. I like naps now. I love naps now, but back when I was a kid, I hated them. And I couldn't fall asleep in the middle of the day for nothing. And my teacher rubbed it in that I could not just to go to sleep. She'd bitch me out and stuff like that, and I'd really feel like a bad kid because I couldn't take a nap. Another thing that made me feel like a really bad kid was because I didn't like the taste of milk. And I still don't drink milk, and I will not. I have found ways to get, calcium besides milk. You don't need to drink it. You can always have cheese, yogurt, and that stuff. But I would refuse to drink milk, especially plain white milk. And today I will not drink it. I can drink chocolate milk like once in a while, but it's so full of sugar that I'd rather not. And it just makes my stomach hurt when I drink it, and I will not drink milk. And I refuse to, and I buy milk, and it usually goes bad, because I buy it thinking, oh, I'm going to get some cereal, oh, I'm going to make something that has to have milk in it, and it goes bad. I feel guilty, but back when I was a kid, I'd get time out for not drinking milk, and yeah. I just don't like milk, and I get shamed for it, yeah. Another weird thing about being little, I know this is kind of a TMI, but I hated going to the bathroom in public, especially number 2. I have no idea why, but it was just awkward. I would just rather hold it than go use a public bathroom, especially at school or a gas station or daycare. I could not do that. It was gross. Now, at home, I could do it just fine, but I just could not poop in public. It was quite awkward, and I thought, I was the only one that did that, and I found out recently that it's a common fear. If only I knew what I knew that and when I was about 5, that I wasn't the only person to have that problem. I was a weird kid, Also, I had some really horrible haircuts. I had a bowl cut up to here from when I was 6 years old, and I mainly had a lot of bob haircuts. So it was either up to here, or in between. Sometimes it was layered, sometimes it had a ducktail. One time my mom decided, I'm gonna take a picture of my kids, for Father's Day, and my hair was like helmet hair, and my mom couldn't find a dress, so she put me in a pair of wind pants and a lion shirt. It kind of looked like a tomboy thing. And looking back, that picture looks so butch. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it has me with this hair. I look like Luke Skywalker or Roger Waters' picture during Dark Side of the Moon session. It looks butch. It looks like Luke Skywalker, Roger Waters, 70s guy's helmet hair. It was horrible. And my mom still has the picture. My dad has the picture. And hopefully it'll never ever reach the internet. My dad has a picture of me that I posted with short hair, and it's kind of cute, but it wasn't. If I had to pick out the haircut, it wouldn't be that way. It was because I pulled and used to chew on my hair, which I don't do anymore. I don't pull my hair. Sometimes I still do knot it. I think I moved on from that to over-processed dyeing it, which is not good either. So yeah, I was just a weird kid. So yeah, I also liked cats. Cats are cool, especially Mariah. So leave your comments.